Hello again and welcome back for part 5B of the Corylus square throw. I'm sorry that I've had to do this part in two parts, but we will get the whole of part 5 completed on this video. We're now working on row 36, and again I've joined my yarn to the hook with a slip knot, and we're going to work this row here. So again, we're going to start in the corner space. We're going to work a half double into the corner space, chain 2 and a second half double into that same space. We're now going to work a half double in each stitch all the way along, so be careful not to skip the first stitch, which is the single from the previous row. So I'm just going to move my corner stitches across slightly. So there we've got the first half double, and then we just work a half double across each of the front post doubles from the last row, and a half double in every stitch all the way along to the corner. All four sides again are exactly the same. So there I've worked a half double across each of the front post doubles. We're now going to do a half double into the single and a half double into the double from the previous row. So it's a nice easy row to work. And then at the corners it's one half double, 2 chain and 1 half double. So if you want to pause the video at this point, I'll meet you when we get to the end of this round. I'll let you do the full round as it's a quite easy one, just as long as you remember not to miss the first stitch after the corner, which could be a little bit hidden. So I'll leave you to carry on this row and I'll meet you when we get to the end. So I've come to the last double worked in the previous row, so we've just got the last front post doubles to work a half double into each one. And when we reach the last one, we've got one final half double, and then we're going to join into that first stitch with a slip stitch, snip off the yarn, and fasten off. So we're now ready for the next row, which is row 37. So row 37, I've joined with a slip knot onto the hook. We're going to start this row again in the corner space. So we've got two doubles this time into the corner space there, a chain 1 and 2 more doubles. And we're now going to back post double every stitch all the way along to the corner. So the first one is the corner stitch there, and then back post double around each stitch all the way across to the end. And again, all the corners are going to be exactly the same, 2 doubles, 1 chain and 2 doubles, and each of the sides will be exactly the same as well, with a back post double into each stitch. So again, if you want to pause the video at this point and work your 4 sides, we can meet at the end of this row. It's a straightforward row, back post doubles all the way along the sides, and each corner 2 doubles, 1 chain and 2 doubles. So I'll let you pause the video at this point and I'll meet you when we get to the end of this row. If you feel that you want a bigger throw, you can always work this one in an Aran weight yarn, as long as you use the hook size that corresponds with the weight of yarn that you're using. You can make it in any ply of wool that you fancy. If you find that your crochet is a little bit tight, you can always go up a hook size. If your work is a little bit too loose, you can always go down a hook size. And of course you can finish the blanket at any point if you feel that it's big enough for what you're actually needing a blanket for, such as a lap blanket. This particular one, when it's complete, will come out at around 48 to 50 inches square. I'll just stop the video there and unknot this little knot. And as I mentioned before, the written pattern is available on Ravelry. If you want a hard copy of the pattern, it's got photos of each part of the pattern, and you can also make a project on Ravelry. You don't necessarily need to buy the pattern to add it to a project or add it to favourites on there. And if you want to upload any photos of your blanket, we can use them on the showcase of the blankets as well. I would send an email asking for permission to use the photograph. It's a nice way of showing the different colourways that people do projects in. So we've reached the end of this row. I'm going to snip off the yarn and pull it through, and we're ready to start the final row for part 5, which is on this video that I've called part 5B. So again, I'm going to join in the corner space, and to start this row we're going to work 2 doubles, 2 chains and 2 doubles. So again, I'm starting with a standing double, followed by another double, chain 1 and 2 more doubles. We're now going to skip the first stitch, which is the first stitch of the corner on the previous row. We're going to do 2 doubles into the second stitch there. I'm going to skip the next stitch and work 2 doubles into the next one. Skip a stitch and work 2 doubles. We're going to do this all the way along the row until we reach the last 2 stitches, and we're going to skip both of those stitches and work the next corner. So again, if you want to pause the video at this point and work the 4 sides, they're all exactly the same. The corners are exactly the same. 2 doubles, chain 1, 2 doubles and then we're going to work 2 doubles in. We're going to skip the first stitch, work 2 doubles, and then we skip a stitch, 2 doubles, skip a stitch, 2 doubles, and so on until we get to the end of the row, and I'll meet you there. As I've reached the end of this row, you'll have 2 stitches left. We're going to skip both of those stitches and join into the first stitch with a slip stitch. If you want to do a quick count up of the row, you should have 55 of these 2 double crochets. So just make sure that you've got 55. That's including the 2 in the corners. So there's 1 set of 2 in each corner, and then 53 all along the side. If you just make sure that you've got 55 on each side, we'll be ready with the right stitch count for part 6, and hopefully part 6 will come just in one video as the previous ones have. So thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed working along with me, and I hope you'll join me for part 6. See you next time. Bye.